and she immediately dropped time right off that. A good final quarter speed.
Of course, that's right. In that
The whole idea probably started a couple years ago. I mean, before we had kids, Anna and I have been to Australia. Obviously, she's from Australia. So we've talked on and off about the idea of relocating. Anna's family is from Australia, and before we had kids, Anna and I have been there, and even when our two daughters were born, we've been there. So I've been there 3 or 4 times, and love the culture, love just love the country itself, and we've talked about it on and off about the idea of relocating. So that's always been in the back of our mind as a potential opportunity. When this particular job opportunity came up, obviously we had to give it a lot of thought. My mom lives across the street, my dad's 20 minutes away, so family means everything to us. So obviously we had to give it a lot of discussions, deep discussions about what was right for us, what was right for our family. And we decided, because we're young, my oldest daughter is 6, let's take the plunge. Let's do it now. I didn't want to look back and say, coulda, woulda, shoulda, 5, 6, 7 years from now. It's just who I am. I think with this type of decision, you have to be adaptable. You have to be willing to accept change for the better, look at everything with a glass half full instead of a glass half empty, and embrace new opportunities. I mean, I want to look back in my career and say, wow, I did this and wow, I did that, and just being around the people that I'm around, and obviously Anna's a big part of that, is something that I want to fully embrace come retirement. I'm going to be the CEO of the Wagga Harness Racing Club. Wagga is situated in New South Wales in the Riverina. We're inland from Sydney. It's a major breeding hub, a major hub for racing participants, which I'm extremely excited about. Everybody knows here in Canada and North America that I love the breeding industry, and very excited about that. I've gone through the process, with the interviews and things like that, and extremely privileged and fortunate to be the choice. And one thing that I've really found is, and I preach this all the time, is you're only as good as the people you work with. And that's what I really felt talking with Peter Carney from Harness Racing New South Wales, Christine Brewer, and Terry McMillan, and I really got that sense, and that was a big a reason for us to go. And like I said, it's worth a shot. I've been very fortunate to work in so many different aspects of the industry. I graduated with a college diploma many years ago, and I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I was just one of a million kids with a marketing diploma. So I really knew I had to diversify myself. So I went to the University of Arizona for the racetrack industry program. And when I was down there, I got a phone call from Harold Howe at the Harness Edge. And long story short, I went to work for him for 3 years. And first day there, the first week, I was in the car with him going to Harrisburg and meeting the likes of John Campbell and Mike LaChance and Jimmy Takter and Ron Burke. And I was starstruck. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was 20 years old, 21 years old, and that taught me so much at a very young age. I was so privileged to have that opportunity to be experienced and meet those type of people. And then from there, I spent 8 years at the Woodbine Entertainment Group. Obviously, Greg, you were a big part of that, bringing me there. I spent 4 years in the media communications department and 4 years in the broadcast department. Again, you're learning so many different skill sets of the industry. And then I reached a point in my career where I wanted to diversify myself even further, and Anna and I were together at that time. My daughter Taylor, I think she was 2.
Yeah.
And we said, okay, we don't want to live in the big city life anymore. We want a quieter lifestyle. And that's what brought us to London. There's an opening to be the assistant manager at Western Fair. And I was privileged enough to be the selected choice, and 4 years there. And again, it's just I wanted to learn the business side of things, learn how to schedule race meetings and operate cards and things like that, and just be well-rounded with everything that goes on putting on a race card, and just continue to diversify that skill set. And then again, with this opportunity, I think it just takes it one step further, just to continue to grind away at that resume and continue to grow and grow and grow and develop. I mean, I'm 34 right now. I'm very proud of what I've done in my career. But I will say one thing: I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Anna. I mean, she's the backbone of our family. No, well, you are. You're the backbone of our family. You look after the kids and everything when I'm off to work, and when the phone rings, dusk till dawn with what goes into the business. You know, I can jump on it and not have to worry about anything. So yeah, Anna's she's a O'Brien Award winner or Dan Patch Award winner. I might get a steak dinner out of that for saying that.
Maybe a massage.
Yeah. I think the style of racing is probably the biggest thing that I first noticed when I went down there is, and distance racing. I mean, not here, everything is traditionally a mile. Over there, or down there I should say, is more distance, and horses tend to sit on the outside for a full mile, and that's normal. That's just, you know, that's just what they've been accustomed to for so many years. Those are the two things that really intrigue me. There are some similarities. I think that our with the stallions being able to shuttle, you see what Bettor's Delight has done down there. He's the kingpin and globally, for that matter, and I think that's really assisted with the speed in the program down there as a whole. Their trotting breed has really caught up, in my opinion, and again, I think that there's a lot of similarities and a few things that are different. It's really interesting because you see so many down under horses come up here. So many down under trainers and drivers come up here. You see Todd McCarthy, Andy McCarthy, obviously Nifty Norman, Chris Ryder, the list goes on. So it's a bit of a rarity to see somebody from here go down there. But again, I might be the first, I won't be the last. I'm not even sure if I am the first, but again, it just goes back to the whole idea of just being well-rounded with the industry on a global platform and on a global scale. What I will miss most?
Tim Hortons.
Yeah, probably Tim Hortons. You know, it's funny, Anna and I had this joke, it started many years ago, where, you know, we get -10, -15, and I'd always say to Anna, "Why do you make me live in this?" And she'd just start laughing at me, being from Australia. And then I would always brace myself, because when September would roll around, Anna would start putting the seat warmers on in the car. And I would say, it's September, and she goes, "I'm just preparing you. Here comes winter in Canada," and you know, it's tough on me and everything like that. So anyway, that whole idea of me saying, why do you make me live in this? Well, I guess I got called out on the bluff, right? And off we go. But probably the snow, in one sense. You know, I'm a Canadian boy, but you know, the hockey and the Tim Hortons and the people. I mean, yeah. I think. You know, this industry is incredible, where everybody knows everybody, and everybody's well connected, and yeah, definitely the people in the industry, participants and management. You know, I've learned so many traits from, you know, just from mentors and leaders in the business that is so valuable. You know, you're only as good as the people you work with, and I've been very fortunate with that. I think that there's always room for growth in anything that you do, but I'm really looking forward to seeing, you know, investigating ideas of how we can connect more so with the Down Under racing up here on the North America, because they have an incredible program, and I think more eyes deserve to be on the Down Under product as well, especially with the likes of the Miracle Mile and various championships and the Inter-Dominion and things like that. So that's something that is certainly something that I'm excited to hopefully discover.
I spent the first 13 years of my career in New Jersey, and a short stint in Canada actually, but then to New Jersey and then on to Canada when I met Greg for 7 years. And it was always in the back of my mind that I would love to move back home and be closer to family, better weather. But when this job opportunity arose, I was definitely excited, but I wasn't sure that it would actually come to fruition. And when it did, it was I had a very overwhelming feeling of happiness, even though there is so much that I'll miss about Canada. But you know, we'll see how this goes, and I'm really excited for family for sure to be returning home. Like deer here, kangaroos would be